Okay, let's dive into this. Welcome to today's explainer, where we're basically going to pry open the black box on a completely minimalist AI strategy. If you've ever felt just totally overwhelmed by the sheer number of AI tools out there right now, you are definitely not alone. It's a lot. So today, we're investigating a really low-cost product called the Lazy AI Blueprint to see if it actually delivers on its promises, or, if it's just another shiny object to distract us. We're going to separate the hype from the reality so you can decide for sure if this minimalist approach actually fits your needs. Here's a quick look at our roadmap. We'll start with the AI overwhelm antidote, then look inside the minimalist strategy, unpack the upsell funnel, confront the strict refund reality, and wrap the whole thing up with the final verdict. Let's get right to it. Section 1. The AI overwhelm antidote. To cure that massive pain point of tool fatigue, those whiteboards full of messy, overly complex AI systems, enter the Lazy AI Blueprint by creator Andy Brocklehurst. Now, what sets this apart right out of the gate is its framing. This is not some push-button software claiming you'll get overnight results. Nope. It's a pure strategy guide based entirely on a documented private client case study. It's built around simplifying your life, not complicating it with even more proprietary software. Now, what's really interesting here is that price tag. See that $6.90? That is a verifiable deal of the day discount, down from its regular price of $19.99 on the Warrior Plus platform. It's actually not one of those fake manufactured urgency marketing tricks where the price was literally never going to change anyway. It's a real discount, which honestly makes the barrier to entry incredibly low for the information you're getting. And here are the core numbers behind that private client case study. We're talking $26,000 in total client sales, hitting a peak of $3,000 a month. These numbers absolutely matter because they prove there's actual tangible substance behind this strategy. But here's the real secret, and this is key. The client only achieved these numbers once she actually stopped trying to run every single tactic and use every single tool at the same time. Which brings us to Section 2, inside the minimalist strategy. The headline claim here is that this entire system runs on roughly 1 hour of active work per week. So how does that happen? Well, it all comes down to this minimalist tech stack. It's just 4 tools: Medium, ChatGPT, Canva, and Gumroad. You probably have these sitting half-used in your browser bookmarks right now. The genius here is assigning each tool one specific, hyper-focused job to run a completely repeatable loop. You create, you publish, and you let the results compound over time. Now, to actually get down to that clean 4-tool stack, the guide introduces a really refreshing audit framework called Keep, Cut, Automate. Think of this as essentially a manual for taking a hard, honest look at your current workflow and brutally stripping away all the non-essentials. It's all about taking the tools you already have and forcing them to work together in a streamlined way, rather than operating them in isolation. Honestly, this concept alone could save you the cost of the guide just by helping you cancel a single wasted subscription. Once your tech stack is totally clean, the guide relies on 2 core principles. First up is the 80-20 AI split. This draws a very clear, hard line on what AI should draft for you versus what only you should write, which keeps your unique human voice completely intact. The second is the 2-hour product rule. This is a highly focused method for shipping a finished PDF product specifically designed to solve just one single audience problem in one sitting. It's all about high-speed execution, right? No getting bogged down in perfectionism here. But, of course, you still have to build the thing. The guide provides a concrete 7-day implementation plan to do exactly that. Day 1 is dedicated entirely to tool setup, and by day 7, you're publishing your second article and running a progress checkpoint. It is absolutely crucial to understand that this is a reading and doing guide. So that 1 hour a week of maintenance we talked about earlier, yeah, that only applies after you have successfully completed this initial, pretty intensive setup week. So the crucial point is, we need to talk about what happens after you buy. Section 3, unpacking the upsell funnel. A front-end price of $6.90 rarely tells the whole story in digital marketing. So here is the true map of the costs. The front-end product, the core PDF guide with that 7-day plan, is indeed $6.90. But notice that there is absolutely no video training included in that front end. If you want a video walkthrough, that's one-time offer 1 at $12.90. And if you want supporting templates to speed up your setup, that's one-time offer 2 at $16.90. But hey, the great news here is that there are no hidden $200 upsell traps waiting for you. The whole thing stays completely in low-risk territory. My best advice here is to treat each upsell as an independent, entirely optional purchase decision. The basic front-end guide stands completely on its own as a start-to-finish manual. You really only need the upgrades if you strongly prefer video learning over reading a PDF, or, if you just want pre-built templates to save yourself a little bit of design time. Otherwise, your total spend really is just under $7. Moving on to Section 4, the strict refund reality. We want to provide radical transparency here on a topic a lot of people overlook. You absolutely must read the refund terms governed by the Warrior Plus checkout page at the time of your purchase. Because you're buying an instantly accessible digital PDF, a simple change of mind or saying, "I just didn't like it," likely will not automatically qualify you for a refund. The policy is positioned primarily for things like accidental duplicate purchases or verify technical failures, where you literally couldn't download the file. So please do not go in expecting a no questions asked satisfaction guarantee. Always check those terms before you hit the buy button. And finally, Section 5, the final verdict. We've laid out the strategy, the funnel, and the fine print. So, weighing all the facts, here is the overall balance of the product. And this brilliantly illustrates the whole picture. On the pros side, you get a real itemized case study, you're using 4 familiar and cheap tools, you get a concrete 7-day action plan, and it's a totally verifiable discount. But looking at the cons side, you do have to read the PDF because there's no front-end video, you're dealing with a very strict refund policy, and most importantly, it requires consistent work and publishing on your part. I really want to emphasize this quote directly from the source material. Results are tied to consistent publishing. This is a system to run, not a set-and-forget product. While this product is highly recommended as a super cheap, effective antidote to AI overwhelm, no PDF on its own is magically going to build a $3,000 a month income while you sleep. You actually have to commit to running the system. So I'm going to leave you with this provocative thought to consider today. Are you ready to audit your own tech stack and cut the clutter even if you never actually buy this guide? Seriously, think about all those unused subscriptions and half-finished projects. Reclaiming your time and focus is the real secret to moving the needle. Thank you so much for joining me for this explain.